New details on the size and scope of Nova, the cancelled series that's allegedly not fully cancelled, just being reworked, or it might be cancelled. We don't really know, but here we go. Let's get into the details of the size and scope of this series and why it sounds absolutely incredible. Okay, so some new details in regards to what exactly was the idea behind Nova have hit the net. Now, the validity of these I question because, again, the source for this and the source backing it up have been missing the mark plenty of times. But the initial report comes at us from Daniel RPK, and then others have elaborated upon it. So I kind of condensed it all into one. So apparently, the story was going to focus largely on Richard Rider, aka the primary Nova, and him rebuilding the Nova Corp. And what happens is Annihilus is essentially using the Annihilation Wave as a invasion and a giant threat over the entire universe. Richard Rider then puts together a elite squad of Novas that also includes the teenage Nova, aka Sam Alexander, from Earth. And most of the characters were allegedly in their 20s, and it had a hardcore sci-fi Battlestar Galactica-like vibe. And it was skewing towards a younger audience that was described as sexy and like a CW show, if you will. And apparently a big name that was potentially up for Richard Rider was Austin Butler, which that's very interesting. And from what they're saying is that it would have also featured a couple of the Novas and Guardians from Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I would say maybe you could have had a cameo in there from, I don't know, like Nebula or somebody, probably. I could see that working because you got to get that connection in there. But outside of that, apparently the big idea here was that this show was truly going to be like a big spectacle. Like, think of Mandalorian size, budget, scope, and scale, and types of sets and giant just set pieces, So the way this is sounding, you were probably looking at $30 to $50 million an episode. And there's no way this thing was ever going to get made for that money. If they could bring down the budget to something manageable, sure. But then it's going to include none of this, or it's going to look super cheap. So I guess you got to weigh your options. But the ideas here sound good enough for a film, in my opinion. But then again, I don't think Nova's going to sell. So I honestly think Marvel Studios is kind of stuck without Nova going forward. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.